Hi everyone, it's me Rakin. In this video I'm going to show that how I made this lead machine agent, and this is literally insane. So let me show the demo how it really works. So if I just go with execute workflow, this lead machine will activate it. So in here I have to give some informations, and based on that the lead machine will work. And here you can see I have to give the business type, location, lead number, and also the email style. So you can understand that this lead machine can get the leads, and not only just get the leads, it can also send emails for us. And in this case I'm acting myself as a digital marketing agency, so it will actually get the leads, and also it will actually send a service request email. So yeah, if I just go with kind of business type, in here I just go with real estate. You can just go with anything, and for the location in this case I just go with New York. Okay, then I just go with USA, that's fine. Lead number, in this case I can just go with 1000, 100, 500, it doesn't matter, but it has to be more than 1, not 0. So in this case I just go with 5, not to make this intro so long. And the email style, in this case I just go with professional. Then I just go with go, and you can see that lead machine has been activated. So right now I'll just show you that what's happening, and after the demo I'll show you everything in detail. Okay, so in here you can see that HTTP request is working, and here I'm using a API actor, which is for Google Maps scraper. So you can see that the filter also worked, and the information extractor, you can see it's worked with 4 items because 1 item has been discarded. Maybe there is no website, that's why. And you can see 1 email has been sent, and it's working with the second mail, and right now it's working with the third mail. And here I actually used a loop, so that's why it's coming again and again after sending the mails. And right now it's working with the 4th mail. Yeah, and here you can see it's done, and it's showing with the done 4 items. So let me go and kind of see these things on my Google Sheet. So if I just kind of open that, you will be see these kind of things here, seeing that the company name, and also like the category, which is the real estate agency in this case, and website. Okay, 4 websites, phone number, and email addresses. You can see the email address, the addresses also, and it also showing that the cold mail status will be sent, and it's also showing the send time when it actually sent it. So if I just go to my Gmail, I can show that how the email really looks like. So here you can see that's my Gmail is. If I just go with send, right now here you can see this last 4 mail just sent it, which is like 96. And let me just open with the first one, which is this one. And here you can see that this is actually the business name, which is called Mike and Mughal, kind of like this. And if I came here, you can see that hi, Mike and Mughal, okay, NY Homes. We at Upward Engine specialize in helping real estate agencies like yours enhance their online presence and attract more qualified leads. Our tailored digital marketing strategies are designed to increase your visibility across Queens, Brooklyn, and Nassau County, driving more potential buyers and sellers to your listings. We would love to discuss how our services can support your growth and help you stand out in a competitive market. Please let us know a convenient time for you. Best regards, Rockin' Upward Engine. And yeah, it's kind of like made up thing. By the way, you can actually change this thing. In this case, if you want to give you candle link, we can give that social media links or whatever. Even it's actually following my email style. You can actually give your own email style, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so yeah, these 4 email just send it, and that's absolutely fine. And you can see that those are very professional because we actually selected the professional type. Okay, and yeah, let me show that how this thing really works like. So at first I actually using this on form submission on n8n. So by the way, I'm using this on n8n. So if you're not a n8n user, obviously you have to first sign up on n8n. I had given the link in the description. So yeah, what you do at first, you have to give a on form submission, and obviously you can find all the forms in here. And you just go with add form, and here you have to just go with form, and based on that you can actually get this thing. And based on that, we're actually just using a trigger node, and in here I'm already using this trigger node, so that's why it's not showing. Okay, if I just kind of click that, so yeah, that's the inside of the on form submission. And here you can see the form title is lead machine, and on description I just kind of like given this thing, provide the info below. And here the field's name, here I'm using kind of like 4 fields, which is the first field name will be the business type. So in here the user will be give the business type, which will be text format. And yeah, this kind of like placeholder I actually given example create your plumber, so the the user can understand that what it have to give in here. Okay, that's file will be required, must be. Then the second field, which is actually for the location, and also there will be text, and that in this place the person or the user have to give the locations, and in this format, first the place name, then obviously have to mention the country name. Okay, then I'm using the third field, which is for the lead number, how many leads you want. Like in this case, we're actually just going with 5, kind of this thing. And the last one is the email style, like how the email will be, or the email tone you can say, and it's kind of like a drop down list. So in this case I use 3 options: friendly, professional, simple, kind of like this, and that's very simple. And you can see we actually selected last time these formations, and here you can see the business type, which is real estate. Okay, the location we got this thing, and the lead number we actually just chosen 5. The email style we choose professional, and yeah, this is actually the most important thing. Then I actually given these 4 important things to our HTTP request, and in here I'm using a API actor. So if I like kind of show you that what's happening in here, and this is the API actor I'm using, which is a Google Maps scraper. So what's happening is, if I kind of like go to Google Maps, so if I kind of like search here something like plumber Dubai, so I can see like there are like bunch of informations, means all of the plumbers, they are located in Dubai, and they must be have to register in Google Maps. So you can see that this actually started from here, because this is the things which is a sponsored, means advertisement, so like they actually showing in the top. But the mainly this actually the first one, you can see plumber Dubai, kind of like this thing, and they are actually providing their website and also the direction. If I kind of click that, you can see like a bunch of informations about them. And what this agent actually doing, this agent actually scraping all of the data for us, all the HTTP request. In this case we were using a API actor, and if I just go with 5, it will just start from here and it will just finish here, kind of like this thing. If I just go with 10, it will just also start from here, and then it will just go with these portions. And that's how it's really working. It actually just kind of like for us, instead of going here and kind of like scraping all the data or just collecting all the data, it's actually doing this by itself. So you can see that like how I actually get these things. And if I just kind of also show the API actor, so this is the actor name, Google Maps scraper. I've given the API link on the description, so after watching the video, go and sign up there and use this for yourself. So yeah, that's the thing, you know, if you just kind of like go in the input section, you can see how this thing really work. You can actually read the documentation if needed. Okay, so if I just came to my profile, and if I just go to the actor runs recent section, here you can see that last time actually requested for 5 datas. If I kind of click that, I can show you how much it taking. For 5 datas, it actually taking 0.027 US dollars, which is very low. For example, like if we just go with 100, so it will cost you kind of like 0.427 US dollars, which is very low compared to a person you are hiring just for the lead generation. And this API actor is actually giving you in very low budget. Okay, so yeah, what I did is kind of like I used the get method, and then I used the URL. So how you can actually find the URL, if you just came here in the actor section, which will be like API, so which will be in this case Google Maps scraper, and obviously you have to search that. And if you just go in the API, and if you just go with API endpoints, you can find there like will be this option, which is called run actors concurrently and get database items. Make sure you actually copy this thing, and then you have to put this thing in the URL section. The authentication will be none, and then the send body actually just using the JSON, and specify body will be using JSON, and in this case I'm using this code. And make sure you actually copy the code and actually use it for yourself. You can actually take a screenshot and use this. So for the location query, by the way, I'm actually using this thing where you can actually find that it will be actually the location, and I have to just kind of like drag and drop these things. For the max scroll page means how many leads I want. In this case I actually given the leads thing, which actually containing the lead number, so I just kind of like giving this thing in here, and the rest of the things I'm not touching anything. And also the search string array, by the way, and in this case I have to give this thing like what type of thing I want to search. So yeah, obviously it will be actually the business type in this case. Yeah, that's the thing actually given in here, and you can see in the right side how the things will look like. Okay, New York, USA, 5 leads, and for the real estate, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and yeah, that's the thing. And right now you can see the output for us, and if I just kind of like show you in JSON, I can show you all of the 5 outputs. you can see that like what's happening, the title, and it's actually the rank 1. Yeah, you can see that's actually showing the number 1. It's kind of like this is the number 2, this is number 3, and this is the number 4, and this is actually the number 5. Okay, and what we actually using then, we're actually giving all the things to the filter, because in this case you can see that if I just kind of like go to this Google map, not all the website containing a direct email address. You can see, for example, this one, they don't have an email address. And you also, if I just go with this one, you can see they don't have any email address. But if I go to their website, I can actually find that email address. By the way, if I just kind of like drag down, okay, you can see they have email address in the website but not in the map section. So what I'm doing is kind of like filtering this thing. So in this case, the condition is like only those informations they have website, which mean exist, go with that. And if any information don't have any website, just discard that. You can see one information has been discarded. If I kind of like show in schema, you can see this like company perfect or whatever it is, they don't have any website. So yeah, you can actually also make another agent that you can actually sell the services to those people they don't have any website, if you are like a website builder, by using this thing. Okay, so yeah, you can see that that's the case. They don't have any website, and also they don't have an email address, but they have mobile number. But in this case, we are not actually calling them, and also we are not using a like calling agent, phone agent that will actually call for them. In this case, we're actually using the email for just the reach out. Okay, so in this case, we're actually going with 4 leads and we're discarding 1, and what I do is kind of like giving the 4 leads in this place, and I actually using here a information extractor, which is a AI agent type thing, and the text will be, I actually given this thing the website only. Okay, and what I did is really just going with this thing only the email address, and it will be string, and in the information extractor I actually said this thing, or the command would be this: find out the best only one email address from the website. After scraping the website, the mail address have to be in ideal format. Okay, that's the thing you have to record, and you can see that it actually find that out this email address. If I kind of like show you JSON, you can see from the 4 website it actually find that these email addresses, and no information actually counting in here directly the email address. So that's why we have to like go with this procedure. And then I'm actually using a if node. By the way, I'm using a Gemini in this case because Gemini has access to Google, and it works well with this thing to actually extract informations from Google, kind of like this. So yeah, the next thing I'm using a if node, and in this case go with this thing. The condition will be the email address have to contain @ okay, so you can understand that all of the email addresses in this world, they actually contain @ in the address section. Yeah, and that's why actually given this rule. So for example, if this agent kind of like misunderstood something, for example, it instead of giving an email address, it actually just given something else which is not email address. So in this case, this if node will work. Is it containing @ or not? So if it doesn't contain @ it actually go with the false branch, and if it contain @ which will be obviously perfect email address, which is kind of like this thing, it will go with the true branch. And if it go with the like false branch, it will go with this section which is called no operation or not doing anything. Okay, we are lucky that we actually got 4 items very clear. And then what I do is kind of like saving these 4 items to my spreadsheet in this case, which is actually this one. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and this 6 information is saving at the first. Then we're actually going with this section and the cold mail status and the send time. For that, we actually going with the emails, and you can see that that's the section. By the way, what I did in the append row in sheet section, I actually just kind of like added my sheet in here, which is very easy. You know that. Okay, the document will be, in this case, name this as n8n test, kind of this, and the company name I can find that from the filter. So what I did, kind of like which section is containing the company name, actually given this thing in here, and in this case the title actually containing the company name. So yeah, I kind of like drag and drop, very easy, kind of like this thing. And for the category, like what's the category really is, it's actually category name, this thing, actually just giving this thing in here. Website, also I'm giving the website, And email address, for the email address I'm using this if not output in the place of email address, and the address is also you can find this thing. And we actually you're kind of like keeping these two things empty, because right now we'll work with these two things, the cold mail status and the send time. Now the third part, which is like very important in this case, the email sending. First I'm using a loop in here, so that like the batch size you can see I go with 1, so that like how many informations it actually came in here. In this case it actually came in with 4 items, mean 4 leads or 4 emails it have to send. Instead of giving 4 email directly to my Gmail, I'm using a loop in here, so that what's gonna happen, like it will go with 1 for each time, so that my Gmail will be like also safe, and all the notes I'm using in here, those will be also be safe in here. Okay, what's gonna happen, like also I'm using a wait note after the loop, and in this case you can see that like I'm waiting for amount for 1 second. Yeah, I'll obviously like kind of like go with 10 or like maybe 20 seconds. Just to make this video short and quick, I should just go with 1. In this case if I just go with 10, it's mean before sending every mail it will wait 10 seconds. Okay, kind of like this thing. And you can see that I actually choose the loop node instead of just going with done node. So what's gonna happen, so after like parsing one item kind of like this, it will just go with all the nodes. Then after coming with this thing, it will just come here again and just go with the second node. Then again it will just complete this thing and it will go to the third node, and like this it will just go to the fourth item. Then after doing the fourth item, it will just go with the done node, okay, or the done path you can say. Okay, so then actually giving these informations in my information extractor. In here I'm again using another information extractor, and you can see that's the command or the system message really looks like. In here I say that like you are a perfect cold mail generator for digital marketing agency named Upward Engine. Obviously these things will be different in your case. And here's the information about the recipient, company name. I given the company name from the wait node. Okay, the business type again from the like wait node, actually just given the business type. You can see the category and the email style, and I can obviously just find that the email style from here. We actually just containing the email style from here. You can see that like on form submission kind of like this. You can see this is actually getting the email style, which is actually in this case professional kind of like this. Okay, and let me just came here again. The email style is given just to understand how the mail will be, and here I'm giving the instructions. Always start with giving a greeting to the company like hi company. Always use we, not I. Mail have to be professional, clean and to the point. At last give a signature like Rocky in Upward Engine. And obviously if I just go with like more informations, this email will be different. And yeah, in this case you can actually give your calendar link, YouTube link or social media links, and it will work with that. Just to make this video short, again I don't give these things. Okay, it's only for the test purposes. And you can see what this agent have to give right now. I actually just given with 2 attributes. The first thing, the mail subject, and the second thing is the mail body. So if I just go with the mail subject, it will be eye-catchy mail subject for the cold mail, and obviously that will be string, and the mail body will be actually a string again. The description will be body message of the mail, a perfect and clear cold mail from Rocket Upward Engine. Okay, so that's the cold mail will be. And for that I'm actually using OpenAI 4.1 mini, and if I kind of like open that thing, you can see I'm using GPT 4.1 mini. Okay, and that works very well in here. Instead of just using Gemini, I prefer you for this section use OpenAI, because that's fast and also that's good to generate a email kind of like this thing. Okay, so you can see the mail subject is in here. This is the mail subject for the first company, and also the mail body for the first company, which is insane. Okay, and I showed you like how it really looks like. Okay, then I'm using edit fields, and in the edit fields I'm actually just clearing out 2 things, the send time and the email address. So the send time will be actually this formula, and by that I can understand that what the send time really is, and it actually show that when the execution finished, or kind of like when the execution will be in the edit field section, it will actually show this time. Okay, you can see that like that's how the time format is 7:27 to 25 and the time 9:06 a.m. Okay, and you can see the strings. Again I'm actually using an email address, and I'll show that like why I'm actually clearing out the email address again. And you can see that's the email address. I'm actually just getting this string from white note, and in the place of email address kind of like giving these things in here. That's it. Then I'm using a send message, which is the most important thing in here, because we have to send a message. and obviously that will be a message, the operation will be sent. And here you can see for the to section I'm using the email address directly, so you can see I'm actually getting this thing from the edit fields. So yeah, you can see that like why I'm not using this from the wait node or just kind of like another nodes would actually contain the email address. I actually tried this thing, so I saw that like sometimes it actually came with errors that it can't actually identifying the email address or kind of like this thing. So that I actually came with this idea, why not if I just use edit field just to clarify the email address more clearly. Okay, the subject will be obviously have to be from the information extractor, because you can see we actually generating the mail subject and also the mail body. I'm actually giving the mail subject in this place in the subject, and the email type must be have to be text. If you're not using any kind of code or any kind of style, just go with text, otherwise go with HTML. And the message, you can see that's the message or the body message will be, you have to just give the body mail in here. That's all it is. And make sure you're actually using an n8n attribution. It will be not in here, by the way. Just go with add option, just go with n8n attribution, and make sure you turn off that. Otherwise what's gonna happen that at the last of the mail it will be like a small text which will actually say that this mail has been sent by using n8n, and obviously you not like that. And after that I'm actually using an append or update row in this case. And what is happening in here, actually just choosing the same document, same sheet, and in here I actually just go with this thing column to match on, and in this case I'm just going with a primary key. And obviously in this case the primary key is email address, which is not can be just same for every businesses, isn't it? So yeah, column to match on an email address, and again I'm giving the email address in here so that like it can understand that what they have to do. And then you can see that I'm actually using the cold mail status and the send time. In this case actually given a right or tick emoji, and the send time I'm actually giving this thing from the edit field, which is like this one. Okay, so after the execution finish or after the the mail has been sent, it will obviously go to this node. These kind of like things pop up on the Google Sheets, a send emoji and also a send time. Yeah, that's how it really works like. So yeah, it's kind of like super cool. At the last I want to say that if you're new in this channel, make sure to give a like and subscribe to the channel, and inshallah you'll find more values, especially on the fields of AI agents, because these things literally just controlling the whole world right now. And the improvement of AI is going so fast, and every business right now they actually getting these things, they're actually using these things on AI. So whatever you are, if you're a business owner or if you're a service provider, like these kind of videos will literally help you 100%. And if you're a business owner and you need this kind of like things for your business, kind of like you want to implement AI on your business, you can contact with me and also book a meeting with me. I've given the link on the description. So yeah, peace.